Greetings everyone, welcome back to the channel. It is me, Vorm, playing that game, 7 Days to Die, with the Afterlife Overhaul mod. So, we have our run in progress. We're in our little, I don't know, what is this called? Bunker base? Underground base? I call it the farm base, but, you know. I can't tell the time. What time is it? Is it daylight still? It's daylight. I don't remember if it's early or late daytime. We got things we need to do, though. Alright, we're switching over to new arrows. We've got too many wooden spikes. How is it possible to have too many wooden spikes? Let's take 24. Wow, 70 vitality. Nice. Okay, tools are looking good. We got our bow. We got our new iron arrows. I'm going to blap through these primitive arrows before I switch to the iron arrows. We need to dump off some of that. I need to change this arrangement over here, too. That's good enough. All right, let's go out and do some things. It feels like it's going to be late in the day. Yeah, so. Very late in the day. Alright, so we've got to anticipate it getting dark while we're out and about. So, let's go. I'm tempted to head down this direction, grab the bear rug, the mixer, and see if we can loot the mansion for some loot, but also for the leather. So let's start working our way down that way, I think. Whoa. How the hell did that open so fast? That was weird. Huh. That's a little more like it. So, we're on the hunt for wheels. I wouldn't say no to a bicycle frame. Come on, electrical truck. We're at like 0 for 6 or so for my shock baton, and we're still continuing the trend of no shock baton. Makes me sad. And let's go ahead and pop in here. Oh, yeah. Mainly, I just want an opportunity here, which we can get without waking anybody up. Another grill. Cannot get a frying pan. I want a frying pan, damn it. All the zombies are taking a break. Ah, the high school. So we've already done a run through of the library and the kind of kitchen break room. Howdy, murder. Y'all excited for 2.0? We will agree to disagree. I think it looks like ass myself, but I'll probably have to play it because people will be curious and they'll want to know, you know, my professional opinion. Just like on 1.0, I wasn't really interested in playing 1.0. But lots of people wanted to see me play 1.0, so I played 1.0. And I had a fun enough time, I guess, but I think I grabbed this already. Oh, I did not. I see you there, sneaky snake. Let's see. Don't need you. I do need to stockpile pipes, but weight is going to be a serious issue as I run around trying to grab things. Let's get rid of paper and make that into leather. Oh my God. Score! 3,400 quality wrench. That's one of the things that was on my really, really hope for list. So if we can just get the frying pan, we'll be all set. All right, we got the wrench. Man, that opens up huge possibilities. Wait, while we're... do I go get the mixer? Problem now is I have the wrench, but I'm also right at the limit of my weight. And I'd like to use the wrench to take apart all the mixers we're passing by so I can bring iron back to the base. I'm also not going to be able to carry that bear rug back. So I think leather was going to be my problem here, and then the two wheels. I have the materials to make everything. I'm really tempted to just head back. Let's grab the mixer here for the iron and then head back. Really? I just came from over here. You guys airdropping zombies in behind me again? Whoops. Ouch. We have been slowed down significantly. One corn's not really going to do me any good. And we can go ahead and eat a sandwich. Yeah, getting a hold of that that wrench changes the math of my decision making here. Yeah, back to 2.0. I'm just there's nothing about it that adds anything I really care about, and many of the changes they're making just further restrict the open worldness of the game design. In that they're forcing more and more. And I know when I say forcing, I know some of these things are optional and you can turn them off. That I don't care about. They're not adding anything that I care about. So they're putting things in that I don't like, but giving me the option to turn them off. That's not giving me anything I do like. So, for example, the biome progression now, with many thousands of hours of play, in order to get any kind of challenge in playing the vanilla type of gameplay in the past, like in 1.0, I would do things like play Wasteland only, where I literally start in the Wasteland and I play in the Wasteland because I needed that in order to give me any challenge. Can't do that now. Not without a whole bunch of creative debug menu type chicanery, and or turning off their new systems where you're not allowed to go into a new biome because you take damage until you've satisfied some very, very simple quest chain type stuff. You got to go do 7 different things in a biome to get a badge, or you have to craft these sludges, these Slurpees, whatever, mixes, drinks, to give you a few minutes of time you can spend in a biome. So they're further forcing, start in the forest, then go to the burnt, then go to the desert, then go to the winter, then go to the wasteland. They've got multiple systems now that are forcing you into that path, that chain. In addition, they've now removed the bonus loot stage that you get for going into higher biomes. Now there's no increase in loot stage. You're going to get the same exact crap if you go straight to the wasteland at the start of a game that you would get by staying in the forest. So you can't get better stuff by going to more dangerous places. They are also capping the loot stage per biome. So forest, you're capped. You get to a certain point, you cannot ever get any more. Doesn't matter what your game stage becomes, doesn't matter how high your character level gets, you'll never get an item higher than like 40 loot stage in the forest until you get the badge, apparently, which then raises that minimum or that maximum a little higher, but it's still going to cap out. So you can't just stay in the forest through the entire gameplay because you'll keep getting harder and harder enemies, but your loot will stay the same at a certain point. So they're removing the bonus for going to harder areas. So there's no payoff or benefit for, you know, getting good and going someplace harder. Other than that place has a higher maximum cap, but they're just restricting, narrowing the path for the players continuously. They've been doing it forever. They add a couple of quote unquote new enemies, which are, you know, just reskins of previous crap and nothing that the mods haven't been doing forever, with the silly werewolf looking thing and the mummy, the Egyptian mummy in the desert. They're just variations on like the cop thing, just with a different skin. And then their other solution to giving new content is just to put a different color scheme on the standard zombies with a blue tint variant and a orange tint variant, making them a little harder and a little stronger and a little faster. And then that's new content. It's the exact same content, just with a different color scheme and a couple of number tweaks. So it's all least effort adjustments that just continuously restrict the player's agency in the game world. It's no longer really an open world game. You're on rails. That's what they're doing, is they're putting you on rails. It's just that the rail is pretty wide because you have a biome. It's a rail biome system. But I really disagree with most of the decisions they're making and how they're going about things. They're just totally against what I want the game to be and what it was originally. So we got these weather systems now that are coming in that are stupid. I mean, you get these alarm klaxons blaring at you no matter where you're at in the game world. Apparently, you're always within range of one of these weather klaxons that announce that a storm is coming, and it puts a big old display up on your screen saying that you've got X number of seconds to get to cover or whatever, or you die, literally. It'll kill you. That makes no sense thematically, no sense UI ways. I can't think of a single thing they're adding that I care about. It's either further restricting, further railroading the player, and so on. So if somebody can mention something that I haven't mentioned already that is interesting, I'll comment on it. But I've gone and watched a number of videos from the usual 7 Days to Die content providers that kind of go over all the changes, and I don't see anything that I care about. It's all stuff I would just turn off. So, you know, I'm happy for mods. I don't know that at least 1.0 made enough structural changes to the gameplay systems that the mod authors could hook into to make improvements in what the mod authors could offer. That was great. I mean, fine. I could ignore 1.0 and the mod authors eventually could come through and do stuff. I don't hear much about that happening in 2.0. I do hear that there are performance improvements, which, you know, until I get in and play it myself, I won't know for sure how it affects my setup and my machine and my hardware. Hopefully that is true, that we continue to get hardware improvements. But in the past, I won't say hardware improvements, performance improvements, but in the past, generally when we see significant performance improvements, it's because they've removed more stuff from the game. They've removed systems like the water system and bottles and so on. They've removed just all sorts of stuff, which then improved performance because there was less stuff for the game to actually have to process. So, you know, yay improvement. But then when you look at how they got the improvement, it's because you get less stuff to play around with. So I don't know if it's just core system processing, memory optimization type improvements, or if it's further slimming down things to get those performance improvements. Oh, yeah. And, of course, they've shuffled around some of the perks and made some more ridiculous magic number player is an Uberlord. Just because he takes a couple of particular perks and all of a sudden he's got like 99% damage resistant. What is it? Pack Mule. There's Pack Mule and you combine it with something else and all of a sudden you've got like 90% damage resistance. I forget the other perk, but yeah, it's more shenanigans with the perk trees and all the stuff. I assume the clothing. I didn't see any of the clothing stuff mentioned in the videos I looked at, so I don't know if those weren't touched or what. But I don't know. I'm just not seeing anything that really gives me any interest. It just feels like it's more, we make money on the console version, therefore we're going to make it the way console players like it. And so it's more hand-holding, more railroading, more interface helping, notifications and so on, just to make it simpler and easier, and more of a funhouse experience as opposed to an open world survival game. So, yeah, I know. That's why I'm pretty hesitant on the whole 2.0 thing, and not really, when I'm asked, not really showing any enthusiasm or excitement for it. All right, let's put some stuff away. But who knows? Monday rolls around, I'll have to load it up and stream some of it, so just because I know people will be curious. Who knows? Maybe I'll just be shocked and amazed at how awesome it is. We'll see. Currently, I'm just talking out of my ass with secondhand knowledge. Let's see. Let's go ahead and put you in there. Put you over here. All right, so looking back through the list again, how much leather do I have? 135. We're 15 short. Okay, so I need to go get at least 15 leather. Hello. So I slip right around the wall. Then we can come back and maybe get the bike put together. I don't... God damn it. That's the main thing I need the bike for, so I stop stabbing myself every time I go in and out of the house. I don't think we have any leather here in this house or the other one nearby. No, the chairs give a little bit, if I remember right. Yeah. 6 out of the first one, 3 out of the second one. How's that work again? All right, a couple more of those and we'll be okay. I don't think we had any of those downstairs. Let's go check this place real quick. Oh, and then what was something else? Zombies in the 2.0 can now crawl through less than 1 block high spaces. So in the past, if you had a single block height, like the spiders would be able to get through, or dogs, but now even full size, like the tourist, the big tourist guys, can crouch down and crawl under less than a full block heights. You have to get down to like a single half block height in order to stop them from coming through those kind of gaps, which is just crazy silly. We're talking this is 1 block height. So now take half of that amount and one of the fat zombies can crawl through that. Yeah. Yeah, sure. You can't, but the zombies get to. I mean, I can't crawl through a single block height, but somehow a fat zombie can crawl through half of that height. Okay. And then they've also changed it so they can spawn in single block, 1 by 1 by 1 block gaps, like in a ceiling. They can put, you know how they have in these POIs, sometimes they drop zombies on you from various places. Now a single 1 by 1 by 1 empty space, they can spawn zombies, and they spawn on a delay. They can say, okay, there's going to be 10 zombies in this little 1 by 1 by 1 gap, and they spawn one, and they're allowed to have a certain number spawn in the area, and as you kill them, new ones will drop out of that exact same gap. Yeah, sure. Let's just shatter immersion even further as you watch zombies just magically materialize in these 1 by 1 by 1 spaces and then drop into the fight. So, you know, I have issues. I got nothing in here. Let's get out of here. I guess I could chop. I'm not going to chop the cloth. We're just going to go get a bear rug for all of our cloth needs. Nothing in there. I haven't cleared these buildings yet. Howdy, wizard. I don't remember there being much in here. Oh, never mind. I think that's leather. Beautiful. Glad we went up there. I totally didn't remember this part. I've only, through the last few runs, been on the lookout for good leather locations. There's a little more leather there. I don't remember. +5 straight. Yeah, that's fine. That's the same as chopping it, I think. I keep right-clicking on it to try to bring up a menu of options. Okay, let's just go back to the base and get working on our bicycle. Do we have any vehicles over here in a group? I would really rather find wheels rather than make them, but I really need to get the bicycle up. Let's just go back and get it made. Hopefully we're not missing anything. And while we're out here and we got some space, let's summon some zombies by chopping down trees, making noise in the local area, and drawing zombies in. Our home area here is not so dangerous anymore. And we need to clear these for the farm plots usage. Alright, try not to stab myself on the way in. Okay, so 229. So we're short on wrought iron ingots. I have 8. I need 10. So I'd either have to... Oh yeah, that's right. We are short on coal to finish processing this. I've got 16 minutes, but I need 17 minutes and 42 seconds. The charcoal might do it, but it'd be better to go... Let's see. Which one did I pick up earlier? Was it that one? I think it was that one. I got no other mixers listed in this local area. Let's go get, if I make some blocks I can hop on, which I can do with logs, we can go wrench down a light post or two for the bars that I need. That'll be the quickest way to go about this. So, give me that stack. Okay, let's see. Looking for transformers, or I can head into the down or the commercial district and grab light posts. There's a transformer. Nice, easy one. That should give me what I need. Come here, you. I want that one full pillar. Alright, we got exactly what we needed. Nice and simple. Hey there, Super Wojo. Good morning. Free loot. I always love coming back to base to free loot. Scrapping books. Yeah, I'll go ahead and take those. I'll read them. Oops. All right, so back to the list. We've got our 10. We've got that. Got that. That and that. So, got the handlebars already. So the only other thing we need is the wheels. Track. Oops, damn it. I need 10 more iron. Forgot they needed iron. Other than that, it's plastic. And we need to go get some more coal. So plastic. Do I have the 2 oil? I've got the oil. And we've got the acid. Alright, so I just need to go get 10 more iron bars and some coal. I can actually solve both problems if I just go get coal, bring it back, and let this count down. And I can let this run while I'm out. And then when I get back, there'll just be like 1 more minute to go. So I think I'll just do that. This will give us 20 or so. 20, 25, 30, I forget how many each one's worth. So that's what we'll do. All right. Frame's done. So, we started a coal hole right up here. I forget exactly where it was. I think it was near this. There's 2 more coal here, because this one's to a point where I have to do a lot of digging or mining. So we'll just go up and take the tops off of these 2 coal spots and call it good. If we don't get interrupted too often, I'll bring a few spikes to set up to draw zombies into. We should have plenty of arrows. Our scrap pickaxe, we've got repair material. Actually, I don't need to be carrying around huge piles of pitch. Alright, let's go get our coal. Okay, so we're going to run off that direction. See if we can grab some magic mushrooms while we're out. So, Wojo, I know you watch a lot of 7 Days to Die. I don't know how much you play it. Do you have opinions on 2.0? I went over my opinions right before you came in. Another big cotton field. Right in front of me somewhere. There they are. All right, there. We'll do this one first. Perk point. We're definitely going faster on the mining than we did the first time. Combination of skill and a better tool. Already at almost 200, so we should get close to 450 or so, I think, by the time I get both of these down to the point where I usually stop. Or maybe just 400. We didn't even use coffee this time. Yeah, another thing I've got to make a decision on is the Dune game, Dune Awakening. Trying to figure out if people might be interested in watching me play that. I haven't done an MMO-like, although it's kind of, I don't know if it's massively multiplayer. It's more minimally multiplayer than massively. With a not quite Conan Exiles set up. But it's got lots of crafting, gatherings, survival, grindy stuff. And I've played Funcom semi-MMOs in the past. I just wish it had more of the private server setup is very restrictive in that you can't just set your own server up and basically play a single player game. You can only rent a server from approved server rental companies. Which is not how it was done in Conan and such, and even no matter how you do it, it still hooks into the multiplayer servers for the PvP and big open world areas. So, I don't know just how much single player gameplay it offers. Hey, we got over 500. Nice. Come on. Alright, let's get out of here. We're getting overweight. Very overweight. A horde right now? Horde would be fine. I can always mega crush my way out of trouble. So once again, the game has that code that says, if Vormithrax is overweight, summon zombies. Get nothing near me, nothing near me, nothing near me until I'm overweight, and then all of a sudden, magically, there are a bunch of zombies nearby. It's funny. Sorry about that. I hit the mute key earlier because I was coughing. So, perk tree. I spent the perk point on vitality. I was just pontificating about the bow spear build. There's no perks for the bow, which is fine. The bow's powerful enough as it is. But for the spear tree, there's just pike, which increases the range of the spears, which can be useful. You can stab things from like a block or two up, depending on how far you take it. And if you like to stand on top of things and stab down at zombies, that's great. And then there's prod, which increases the push attack strength, which I assume is just how far back something will get pushed. I don't consider this all that useful. This one I can see some use of. This one I don't see a lot of. It's not like the other perks. There's no damage increasing perk like a lot of the other ones have. So, I mean, super attack increases power attack damage by significant amounts. Pipe slinger, reload speed with pipe. Well, I never take that. Brutal momentum improves cleave attack of sledgehammers and brings the stamina cost down for additional targets. I mean, those are all like pretty serious offensive increases. And I mean, the hand-to-hand has got 3 different perks to select from. So it just feels like Spear is underwhelming in regards to the perks. Now, the perk books, totally different. The Spear line here is pretty good, and especially that's super powerful. So I don't know if that's being taken into consideration, that you've got a kill with a spear completely refills your stamina, especially combined with the penetration and hitting multiple targets and so on right here. This tree or this book section is really powerful, but this is very underwhelming. So, yeah, I don't know. So I might not have much to spend in here. I'll eventually probably take at least 1 or 2 points here to increase the range a bit, but beyond that, yeah, I just don't know if I'll spend much here, which means I'm going to have to figure out other places to spend it, and I can't spend here. I don't care about tracking, never cared about tracking, and this we can't take. So we're almost done here. Don't ever take that. Yeah, and we'll see. There's just not too much I'm excited by there. Alright, 3 more minutes. Let's just drop down and do some resource gathering real quick. Down here. Clear this area out for later stuff. Watch, I'll finish chopping this stuff out, and then my total on my decor will drop. I'm not sure tier 1 would reach. I'm below a lot of my tier 1 stuff up there at the moment. I'll have to go back up top and check. Okay, area's clear. Hey, look, more leather. I never use this side, so I don't know if I'll clear this area. This stuff I do want, though. Let's wrench this stuff down. Go, salvage skill, go! Let's just clear it out while we're here. Make it easier for me to drop down and fight things later if I need to. Leather. Okay, we've got 30, almost 30. That's more than enough. I just need 10 back out of there. Plastic. And oil, coal, and acid. All right, there we go. Bike on the way. Next up. I was going to... I'm going to fill this hole in eventually. Let's get rid of the edges so we can fill it in cleanly. Okay, then I want to move this stuff temporarily. Let's get properly organized.